You fucking bastard. Yeah. Groovy, man.
Wanker.
No. Smelly, man.
Pound coin holder. Split in half.
Yeah. Groovy, man.
Shut! Give me that!
No. Smelly, man.
Hit it! Rewind!
Pound coin holder. Pound coin holder. Pound coin holder. Split in half.
Ta ticka chaka waka ding dong message shake shake about the ding ta ticka chaka waka ding dong message shake shake about the ding ta ticka chaka waka ding dong message shake shake about ta ticka chaka waka ding dong message shake shake about the ding
Pound coin holder. Split in half.
Yep.
Wanker.
Yep.
Pound coin holder. Split in half. Pound coin holder. Split in half. Feel your tits. Slag.
And there you go. Oh, fucking! It caught me off guard. First time I've used it in ages. There you go. That's Heath from right back in 2016 with his song. It's called Hearts. Because people in Scotland pronounce hearts, as in heart and Melodian, as Hearts. And that's what that song's all about. So cheers for that, Heath. I always enjoy playing that. And of course, if you notice in there's a thing called pound coin holder, split in half. That's an old thing from back in the day when me and Eve were young lads in his teens, and we decided that if we were ever going to double team anybody, sexual wise, then what we'd use is a pound coin holder. Remember them pound coin holder? You probably won't, but they used to be like they'd hold £10 coins and they have a spring on top so you could just take one out. Well, we thought if we cut one of them in half and put it back to back, that would mean we could place that between our penises so that they wouldn't touch when we were double penetrating, double teaming somebody. And I know that's gross, but that's where it comes from. And I'm nothing if not honest. So, yeah. Good evening.
Nothing like a good
How are you, Jimmy?
I'm great. I was enjoying that tune, man. Are you getting an echo from my end, or is that just me? Or
I'm not getting an echo from you now.
Okay, no, that's fine. It could be just a weird glitch. Great tune, man. I was dancing like fucking crazy. I want to dance to that tune, man. Did you make that yourselves?
Heath made it himself.
Ah, man, he's got a fucking talent. Holy fuck.
Oh man, fucking hell! Every song we play, Heath wrote and fucking and sang. And if the covers, then he sang them. So yeah, he's a fucking very talented bloke. And he's a very talented bloke, but he's a very talented bloke that likes to just enjoy his own talent himself. And he's not sort of like into a position where he thinks that everybody should be listening to him. And he's a fucking great songwriter. He's just a fucking brilliant. So no, it's not me singing, Tony. Honestly, I promise you.
I'll tell you what. I wish I had the talent to do that. Like, I know how to mess around with sound software and kind of make it work. Like especially with electronic music and stuff like that. Because I've been messing around with some really interesting open source software called Cardinal, which is based on sort of like. Have you ever seen those analog synth setups, like the people actually make big, huge, giant racks of these little gadgets that all do
Yeah.
different things, like oscillators and filters, envelopes. So it's a software version. So, but you know what? That sounds like he fucking knows what he's doing. I wish I could fucking do something like that. But
So do I. I wish I were creative like that, but I'm just not. That's the thing. I'm just not as creative. I'm not creative in that way, so that I can make something and provide something that people enjoy. You know what I mean? So music wise, I know we make
Yeah.
this show, and there are a certain amount of people, fucking obviously mad people that enjoy this show. But when it came to sort of mass people enjoying it and good stuff. I like the way Eve does it, because he just does what he enjoys, and he's not doing it to try and make a fucking record. You know what I mean? He's not trying to make a record and make himself famous. I think we all know that ship sailed years ago, and he really didn't want to be on it, and neither did I. So yeah, pretty cool.
But I kind of get a sense though from where he's been, from the type of music he likes to make, because that those mad beats, man, that's me. I used to fucking go nuts to those beats years ago. Like I danced fucking 12 hours to that shit, man. Those really fast tickety tickety click, boom 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 boom. Wow, let's go mad beats, like a fucking brilliant, man.
Tony's been talking about, he's got the spirit of Christmas already. He says, I think he's talking about, I think his niece or something. But anyway, she takes the elf toy to bed with her, and while she's sleeping, my brother goes in and takes the elf. It must be his niece. Takes the elf, sits him somewhere else, games, consoles, snacks. She's convinced the elf teleported. And that's really what Christmas is about with kids. You know what I mean? Do that little magical thing where they can't quite work it out what it is that's happened, even though it's dead easy. Kids are stupid, that, right? But it's dead easy.
Yeah.
That's the magic of Christmas. That's just how it fucking should be.
Yeah, I do get kind of carried away because of the immorality of maybe the little porky about it, But I suppose, like, when you think about it from the child's mind, there's a whole lot of excitement up until you're about maybe 8 or 9, and you start sort of like having serious conversations with the kids out in the back fucking cloister about, come on, what do you think about this Christmas business? It's like do you reckon that is he real?
Well, for me, it's got value, and it has a value. I remember many years ago, it must be many fucking years ago. Well, it's got to be, because Emmy must have been about 3 years old, and she's 25 now. But I remember her and her brother were in the bath together, having a bath, and I got a Santa Claus outfit that I'd acquired, shall we say. But it turned out to be a Santa Claus outfit. So I go into the bathroom where they're having a bath, and they just fucking loved it that Santa were in there. They didn't know it was me.
I like the way you said.
Even if they did know it were me, and Emmy were only 3, even if they did know it were me, they played along. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They played along. Yeah. It's Santa. Oh.
Yeah. What did you mean acquired? Just try. And I thought that was a very dubious way of putting it. Like, I acquired, I'll put it that way.
well, I can't even remember where I got it from. I think it came from. I think it came from somewhere. But I acquired it. I didn't buy it. I'm fucking buying a Santa suit. Although I will spend 200 quid on fucking cubes on a Tuesday night when I'm, depressed. But we'll get a little bit into that later on. But yeah, it's it was some of that. I remember it now. You know what I mean? So if I remember it now, so probably do my kids. Oh well, Emmy's my kid. Daniel, my stepson, and he probably remembers it now as well. So let's say hello to some people in the chat room, Jim.
Yeah, work away.
We'll say hello to Non-Violent Extremist Tony. Good evening to you, my friend. Lowlands Pete is in. trying to
Yes.
get some ideas for his next show. Kendo Taylor, we're getting it's a mascara snake. Paula as well. Paula, do you know I had a great conversation with Paula this morning on phone. We talked for about 45 minutes. She wanted your email address, so she phoned me. She first texted me and asked me if she could phone me up. So she phoned me up, and we had a really good conversation for about 45 minutes, and it made me feel better. It really did. And I've been pretty fucking down this week, so it did make me feel better.
She's lovely to talk to, Jay. Like, I have to say, I stayed up to 4 o'clock. I was telling you early, 4 o'clock when I left the call with her the last day. Like, and we talked about everything. We just went over everything. She's so easy to talk to. She's a beautiful, beautiful lady. You know, I have to say that. Just sorry for interrupting.
No, no problem at all. Yeah, so yeah, Paula, we had a conversation this morning. I hope you're okay, Paula. I hope that honestly, you helped me no end. I promise you helped me no end. And you helped me put things into perspective as well. I've had a pretty bad week. I've been fucking. I didn't not do a show on Tuesday because England were playing, because I don't really give a fuck about that. I didn't. I didn't do a show on Tuesday because I was pissed. I got pissed. I got pissed for 2 days. I had a little bit of fucking bad news that I weren't really expecting, and it pissed me off. And so I went on pissed for a couple of days. I didn't do it on purpose. I just slipped into it. But now we're back on track. We've got everything going back to normal. So I do apologise to everybody, but it has been fucking. It's been good. And I also want to say a big thank you to Jimmy O, the Wigan Joker, because I did have a conversation with him over a period of time that really did help as well. So you're a star, Jimmy. You're a fucking star. And that's all you need, is you need someone who'll talk to you, someone who'll not judge you, and someone who'll give you some fucking really good advice. And especially when it's somebody that's not quite as close to you as other people, they'll give you the real advice and perhaps not try to butter it up. But anyway, thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Paula. Thanks to you, Jimmy, as well. And Robert, because Robert's been in touch with me as well, and he's been really supportive. So, and by the way, me and Robert are going to be on Tuesday night. Tuesday night is going to be myself and Robert. We've got a guest, Clive de Carl's coming on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So Robert's going to be presenting, and I'm just sort of going to be sat here. I'm going to be reading the comments and starring any ones that I think that we need to look at, or questions and stuff like that. So Robert's going to be on Tuesday night this week. It's going to be here on Raconteurs News, but Robert is going to be interviewing Clive de Carl, and so look forward to that. If you've got any health questions, get them in as soon as you can, because we're going to be fucking inundated. I know Robert's got about a zillion fucking questions to ask Clive.
Right.
So, if you want a question, get it in. If you email me, raconteursnews at outlook.com, if you email me, then I can get your I'll get your question in definitely. So looking forward to that with Robert on Tuesday night with Clive de Carl.
Well, he's been looking forward to getting in touch with Clive for ages now, so it's great, like, so it's that's pretty cool. I think it'll be good, like, as I say, Clive has been at this a long time, and I'll tell you what, like, I don't know how many times I've listened to Clive over the years, like, but when he starts talking about all these salts and nutritional supplements, like, he certainly, he pulls them out one after the other. It's kind of like he's got this magic bag and he just keeps pulling them out. Like he says, this is for he can tell you exactly what they're for, and all the other little obscure little things they're also used for. It's like he's got quite a brain on him, Clive.
Yeah. And also, one other piece of housekeeping before we get into the talking out of his arses. it's coming up to January, and January is when I have to pay for the StreamYard. It's $240. That's about 180 quid. If you want to donate towards that, it will all go towards that. If you want to donate towards that, then please do. If you can send me an email, raconteursnews@outlook.com if you want to make a donation. If not, I'm going to cover it myself. So it's not as if I'm not sat here threatening you, going, oh, by the way, if you don't get fucking money, I can't do it anymore. I will pay for whatever's left over myself. So if you want to donate to that, it's just it happens every January, and I do have a lot of people that say, I'll pay, just get in touch with me, and when it's due, get in touch and I'll pay, and what have you. But it's quite difficult to just get in touch with somebody out of the blue and say, oh, by the way, you said you'd pay for this, and so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, if you want to donate, anything at all is fine. But when it comes to it, whatever's left that needs paying, I'll pay it for myself. I'll pay it myself. Sorry.
How does it work out, the payment, Jay? Do you set up maybe, say, a FundMe, or is there some sort of like handy way for people just to say?
No, I don't. No, because I don't want to make it handy. Right? I want it for people that do really want to, that find this informative and welcoming, and they enjoy it. I want them to just. I don't want to make it too easy so that people are just do. If you email me, if you email raconteursnews@outlook.com, I'll certainly we'll set something up. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to have PayPal, I don't want to have Patreon, all this other shit, because you only get 3/4 of money that's coming through anyway. So I don't want people paying their money, their hard-earned money, to PayPal or some other fucking shit, when I can just get at me bank details, and someone can send me some money, or I can give out my address and someone can send me a check, or anything like that. A
postal order, for example. Would you take a postal order?
A postal order would be fine. Yeah, of course it would.
Okay, cool.
Postal order. It's just I really don't want. I really don't want to empower these fucking things that seem to have taken over the entire internet. And listen, if I don't get a single donation, if I don't get one single donation, it doesn't matter. I'll pay for it myself. It's about It's $240. It's about 180 quid. I have to pay a nominal amount. It's around about what's 10% of 180. So I'll have to pay 18 quid.
18 quid.
I pay 18 quid so that I can have you and Robert be able to have access. What they call seats. Look, I'll fucking show you. Let me fucking show you, because I want to be completely fucking. I want to be completely honest with people. So if I get fucking StreamYard up, if I can do it. Fucking Bing. I don't know where fucking Bing comes from. Who uses Bing?
Some people do, Some people. It depends what you're looking for. I think Bing is kind of specialized, kind of, like say, for example, Google Scholar, for example, it's a different type of Google search, but it's for the academics and stuff like that. And I think Bing is kind of something similar. It's kind of like specific searches. I don't know much about it, because I don't even use Google, So, although I probably do, by proxy, But.
I can't even fucking work out which one this is. I'm going to share it now so you can. Oh, fuck off. Sorry, everybody. But I'm just going. All I want to do is I want to just be completely fucking honest with you. What's that one? That's not that one. It's that one, right? Okay. So I share this with you. If you can see up here, it says my account. And RN After Dark with Jason. This is what we look at, innit? Yeah. And this is what I pay the extra money, so that you and Robert can look at this. Otherwise, it's just me. You'd have to just be guests. I get 5 seats. I've got 2 in place. Ewan's going to be taking one up when I feel like he's ready. But if you look there, my account, if I go to billing, That's it. It's $240 a year. And I've got 5 seats here, 2 seats left, because I've got one and you've got one and Robert's got one. So there you can see. You can even see my fucking Visa card there.
Oh shit!
You can't see your full number though, so it don't matter.
Oh shit! And no CVV number either. Shit.
No CVV number, no. But there you go. That's what happens. Let me see when it's due. It's due. I think it's due in January.
Just saying hi, Annette. Annette joined the chat.
Anyway, there you go. So I'm being honest with you. It cost me $240 a year. I don't want. All I want is I want to just be able to do it. And if you want to donate, then please do. And if you don't, you don't. If you can't afford it, fucking don't do it. Do not fucking do it. We'll fucking survive. That's what we are. We're survivors. Yeah, $200 of the 240 is a seat for uni. We could do that, couldn't we? I don't know where uni would get $200 from, though. To be fair,
we could sell his body online.
Well, I think there's a sperm bank in his neighbourhood.
Yeah,
they pay, don't they?
I hope he's a pure blood. We'll get more for him. We'll get more for that.
No, he's. I don't know. Is he? Is he a pure blood? Anyway, he's not here, so he can't answer for himself. Good evening, Annette. Annette Roberts. People saying they're gonna. A lot of people saying they're gonna email and get in. Listen, it's great. Absolutely appreciate it. Any news on the t-shirts, Annette? I will get you this last t-shirt that I've got in here and send it to you. No, I won't, because I ain't got any left. But what I shall do, Annette, is I'll take this t-shirt off my bike and I'll send it to you. All right. If that's, I think that's a good deal. But yeah, I've got a few t-shirt ideas. I'm just looking for somewhere where I can get them done at a decent rate, and decent quality as well. So I've got a few ideas. I'd hate to see a blue light in that bedroom. I don't know what that means. So what's been going on with you, Jim?
Something closer to home. If you're going to get the t-shirts, maybe you should be like it can't be that expensive. Like it's not that expensive to get t-shirts done. Like I know the last time you got them from Germany, and it kind of went all poo, didn't it? And, with the way the layers are done. So there must be something closer to home, like because they're not that expensive to make, like Mm.
Well, do you know? I was thinking because of this orange. I don't know what it looks like on screen on telly, but it don't feel it don't look very, decent. It don't look. So I'm thinking about inverting it and just having an orange T-shirt with the RN on in black, because I think that would probably contrast a little bit more, and maybe even a black square around it, but still an orange T-shirt, if you know what I mean. I've got loads of ideas going off in my head.
I wish, sometimes that sounds like a good idea, but you know what? Like I said earlier, especially with the music, I'm not very artistic. Sometimes I can come up with good designs, but it could take me years, man, to put 2 letters together into a sort of something that would look kind of half okay, like, So, but yeah, red lettering actually is probably good against a black background. That would probably stand out quite well.
No. Orange background.
Orange letters. Sorry.
Black lettering. We've
Oh,
got some. Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean? So it's like inverted. So the instead of this square, we have an entire T-shirt that's orange, because then the orange is vivid because it's ingrained into the material, and then have a little black square around the RN that's going to be in black.
Framed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, but there'll be next ones. We'll have different ones. Dinny's got an original one. He's going to be a millionaire one day and live in woods in Germany.
I have to say, those T-shirts look really well, the originals, they kind of do look well.
Yeah, only thing is Andy won't tell me where he got them from because he doesn't talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So what's been going on with you?
Um, like yourself, I've splashed out on equipment and stuff over the last week or so. So got tonight I'm on my brand new PC. Even got a new headset. It's like, have you seen this little baby? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and show it to you without unplugging anything. Let's see. Look at this guy. C- Look at how big that is.
That's
Can
not
you
big,
tell?
is it?
How is that?
It's not the
No.
size, though. That's important.
Yeah. Do you see how tiny that is? Like that's my hand. Kind of like I'm thinking that it's a little bit about the same size as your large Rubik's cube, right?
Oh, my
Only
large Rubik's cube that I bought this week.
the 10 by 10. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
oh, right, okay. Not
I'm
not
I'm
the other
thinking
one that I bought this week.
no, no, I'm sure we're going to get into those in a minute. But I'm thinking your 10 by 10 Rubik's Cube is probably bigger in volume probably than this mini PC. And it's what's called a 1 liter. What would you think would hold like volume wise? Would it hold a liter, maybe a little bit
Oh,
more?
easily over a litre. This is
Yeah,
this is 3/4 of a kilogram in weight. So I think it'll probably weigh more. But yeah, it'll hold more than a litre.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, so that cube is bigger than this little mini PC. Like, and I know we were having a joke last week, like about like, remember I said good goods come in small parcels, like, but and we were kind of having a little bit of a joke about it. Saying you said like, oh, that's usually small girls who say that, like and I would agree with that statement, like more or less, but like this little PC here, it's made by Lenovo. It's kind of like the exception to the rule, and it's definitely like a good, powerful piece of kit in a very, very small package, like worth every bit of €430. I always wanted a mini PC, and I knew that was going to be my next one. I was actually originally thinking about getting a Raspberry Pi, and I was just thinking like I want something really small. But when I went looking at the specification for the Raspberry Pi, the Pi was just they're just not powerful enough just yet. Like I think we're kind of looking at like 1.3 gigahertz for the processor, and they're just not like powerful enough yet. Like, but although like give them another 2 or 3 years, the Raspberry Pi will probably become very, very powerful. And they're like, they're probably like, they're probably about that big. Like, there's very little. Is that coming through there? What you see between my thumbs and in this finger? A Raspberry Pi is really, really tiny. Like, and if you were just a normal average user, like, and just wanted to browse the internet and check your emails and maybe do a little bit of messaging, a Raspberry Pi is amazing, and you can buy a Raspberry Pi computer for about $100, like for nothing, like and they're so tiny they just fit on a little corner of your desk. You wouldn't even know they were there, but they're just not quite powerful enough for somebody like me who's hungry on power and needs bigger software. Like, but yeah, mini computers, man. I have to say, I'm really impressed with how far they've come on. Like, just I'm blown away by the power of this little device here. It's just unreal, unreal.
Sounds well. I've got to say that.
And
It's
it's
sounding
Lenovo.
well.
Lenovo make really, really good quality equipment, like really, really solid, like made from metal. Like if you want to sort of like a dual purpose with this, like if you put it into a sock and started swinging it, you can do serious damage with it. Like so as a defensive, like it would work in a defense situation as well. For all the preppers out there. Anyway.
Just trying to make it take this. Yeah, well, I mean, it's certainly a decent fucking decent sound. Oh, fucking deleted it now. I tried to create banner while I'm listening to you. I'm talking. I am listening to you. You're talking about your Raspberry Pi, and you're talking about how powerful computers that are smaller now have got, and what have you.
Yeah,
It's a Lenovo. I know that. I were listening. It's just
I
I'm
know.
trying to
Yeah.
do a thing, and I fucked it up. Anyway.
That's okay, Joe. That's okay. We're only learning, like, unfortunately for us dudes, like, we just haven't learned how to multitask like the girls yet, but we're working on it, we're trying to learn.
Yeah, fucking hell. I'm just writing this. So, what news-wise? I've not even mentioned any fucking news-wise. I've not even known any. What is there? Anything going on?
The news cycle has gone fucking nuts, man. I mean, where the fuck do you start? Like this last 2 days has just been crazy. Like, I think the biggest story is Yay. Yay broke the internet
Oh my
yesterday.
god! Sorry, I've got to interrupt here.
Sure,
Right,
yeah.
but I was watching Summer on fucking Summer, right, and it was Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro talking, and I thought, who the fuck is Ye? He keeps talking about Ye. I had no idea who fucking Ye were. I mean, what the fucking hell? I mean, just can I call myself On from now on? I'll be
I
just
thought we
On.
cleared this up though. I thought we cleared this up the last show we done because we were talking about Yay. Not last. It wasn't. It was last Friday. The last show that we done was last Friday. We were actually talking about him because he was in the news cycle back then. Do you not remember?
Well, I've had a lot to drink since then, but yeah, I can imagine that we did.
Poor Jane. Like, can I tell them? Can I tell them that you actually couldn't remember today that whether we done a show or not on Tuesday? Is that what?
Oh
Am I
my
allowed to
god,
tell
for
them that?
fuck's sake. Yeah, of course you can. Well, you've already fucking told them now.
Oops.
But no, I couldn't remember whether we'd done a show on Tuesday, mate. That's how bad it got.
Oh
Um,
man.
and do you know what? Have you ever tried to hide that from your wife? Because your wife's gone to work and then comes back, and you're literally shit-faced. I was drinking Jack Daniel's honey, just out of bottle, and I kept every single time it were. And this is the thing with addiction, is that every single time I was going in and taking a swig of it, I would think, right, this is my last time. This is my last time. This is my last time. And I can't do that until the bottle's gone.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah, sorry.
absolutely.
Yeah, you can mention that I fucking didn't know whether we'd done a show. I'm fucked. Oh, man.
Yeah, well, look, don't feel bad because I had to stop and think about it myself too, and I was starting to question myself. Hold on, is it me that's missing out here or what? So, but I think my brain was working just a slightly little bit better. But so it did dawn on me. No, we didn't do anything on Tuesday. So, but then again, my brain does my memory does be fucked at times anyway. At the best of times, as to what I done when and exactly what the fuck I were doing, like but that's okay, you know.
Well, yeah, this is the thing you wake up the fucking morning after, and because I did it for 2 days. I was fucking pissed for 2 days. Tuesday and Wednesday, I was just fucking pissed. Right, I thought I got away with it first day, but I'd not. My wife had noticed, but she'd not said anything to me, hoping for like a resolution where I was going to fucking come to my senses. And so when it got to the next day and it was still the same again, something had to be done. Fucking. So on Thursday, right, I get delivery of about, I got 8 cubes in one box, Rubik's cubes, and I've got a Rubik's cube here that I've not even opened yet. That's a speed cube, which I saw a review on, and I thought, oh, I'm having one of them, so I bought it. I've not opened it yet.
Is that the magnetic one? Is it? Is that the last one? Was that
yeah.
They're kind of. I love the way they snap. They've got a really interesting way of snapping into place. Like I like them.
Yeah, I've got my GAN. That's the one. That's me cube that I use for sitting and practicing and twiddling and things like that. Yeah, but they do that. They can. They fucking do it all over the place. But I've got my 2x2's best for practicing finger tricks. Your 2x2. That's best for that. Just goes like that. So a GAN as well, but this one's not magnetic. But they're good for finger twitch. But anyway, I fucking bought loads of them. I've got one of these.
Yeah,
So in a
that's
fucking cube, it's like a triangle. And I thought to myself,
that's
you know what's going to happen here, don't you? I'm going to show this on show, and everyone's going to go fucking Illuminati that cunt.
yeah, it's
I bought this one. I got this one, and I've never seen one of these before. This is like a, well, it's all same color, and as you can see, it's not exactly. So when you scramble it, it goes
holy
like
shit! Look at that.
it goes fucking all over the place. So it's like it is a real cunt to fucking solve. But do you know what I did? I fucking solved it first time without any help at all. So I didn't look online see how you solve it or anything like that. I actually solved it. But yeah, it fucking
That
did me
is
head in for a while.
nuts. That is nuts, man. That just close look at that again. That's a crazy looking cube, man. That's holy shit, man. That's mad.
So it's got no colours, and you've got to make it back into a cube.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man. It's a crazy looking thing.
Crazy. I've got another one here. What about this one? I've been fucking about with this for like 2 days, trying to solve it without looking. You know what I mean? Without getting any help. It's this one. This one's fucking mental.
Holy crap.
It's fucking mental.
That's not too unlike the one that's got all the odd shapes and morphs into something.
Yeah, but it's got colours. And the thing is that one of them will turn at every point. Whereas that one, if there's something in the fucking way, it won't turn. So you've got the fucking fuck about it. But I was really impressed with this one. I was really impressed with this this silver one. So I bought myself a GAN one, but I've not opened it yet. Because GAN's the premium cubes. That's what that is. That's a GAN.
They're the speed cubes, are they? Are they the speed? The ones with
my main
the little,
three by
the
three.
little hollows in it, like sort of give it away, don't they? The little.
Well, it's that in it. You see how it's rounded rather than squared,
rounded,
so you can corner cut a lot easier.
Mm.
You see what I mean? People don't understand when they see a GAN cube and it's fucking all over the place. They don't understand how it works, but.
Yeah, I actually do have one speed cube. I have one speed cube. It's quite nice, actually.
And I've got here an MCG 6x6 that I watched the video by J Perm, and he was doing his favourite speed cubes. And I thought I really want a 6x6. And so I bought that and I still opened it. I bought it's a Tornado E3. That's a speed cube, but do you know what? It's got magnets in it, and it's got like a magnetic fucking core. But I weren't really impressed with it. I thought it, especially compared to a GAN, and I know it's only like a quarter at price, but it's still a decent speed cube, and people do rave about them. And even though it's only a quarter at price, I still, the feeling of the GAN feels more, you know what I mean? It feels more quality. Whereas this feels a little bit like one you get off a, like you might get off a market or something like that. And I don't even know what's in this, but there's a cube in here somewhere. I've just not opened it.
I'm just noticing Tony saying there, a lot of money for basically plastic. Like, well, I don't think so, because you can knock a great load of hours of just meditation and thinking in cubes. Like, I've done it myself. Like, I'm not on that buzz anymore, but I have spent hours and hours and hours on cubes, man, trying to do them as quickly as possible, remembering all the formulas and stuff like that. You know, people spend a lot of money on crosswords even. Like, my mum spends a lot of money just on crosswords. If you were to add it all up, like, I'm pretty sure it amounts up to a couple of $100 a year, you know?
Yeah, will do, yeah. But look, I do it because I enjoy it, right? And people say, oh, it's a lot of money. Yeah, it is a lot of fucking money. But, if I bought every fucking cube and had a full cube set, I wouldn't really have spent as much as if, if I were into something a little bit more. This has become my new addiction, if you know what I mean. And it's a lot cheaper than boozing. It really is.
Yeah,
I
I'd
got,
agree with you. Yeah.
fucking this one here. These ones fucking do your head in. That's a speed cube. That's got like, oh fucking hell. They just do your head in, but they're really, really therapeutic to sit. I've tried to see. I did that yesterday. The mirror cube, and I solved mirror cube without any. I didn't look at fucking instructions that come in it. I didn't look at it. I tried to finish it like a 3x3 an hour, and it worked. But it's just an addiction. It's something that I do, and it's I'd much prefer to be doing it than boozing.
I was just wondering about that mirror one. If you tried to do it again now, would it happen as easily again?
Well, it didn't happen easily, but it happened. But they're all fucking pretty much same. Let me see. Go on, you talk about something. Let's see if I can do this in fucking 10 minutes.
Right, okay, right. Well, I don't know if everybody has been paying attention to what's been going on the interweb, right? But Kanye fucking West, or Ye, has just nuked the internet completely, like, over the last week. I don't know whether he's fucked up in the head or whether it's some sort of controlled operation. But did you see his interview with Alex Jones yesterday?
No.
You didn't.
No.
Did you see his interview with Timcast IRL about 2 weeks ago? Or no, about maybe 5 days ago.
Do you know what? I've not seen any fucking. I've not seen any interviews with Ye because, to be honest with you, I find it all the pantomime. But no, what is he doing? If he's fucking internet on, that's good.
Right. Well, basically, if I'll see if I can sum it up as best as I can remember from memory. It started off about 2 weeks ago, and Ye came out and made a statement about like how the blacks were the original Jewish people, right? And,
Okay.
And the ADL went fucking nuts on him. So basically, what happened since then was that like he's lost. They've ruined him. They've financially ruined him. They've blocked his bank accounts. He's been. Things have gotten so bad. Even like Parler, he was supposed to buy Parler, the social media platform. They backed out of selling him Parler yesterday. So even that's fallen to pieces on him. So basically, after he came out with the statement about how the blacks were the Jews and about the original Jews, right, and about how the Jews were such bad people for various different reasons, he was invited onto Timcast IRL. Now, attending on Timcast IRL, this happened about maybe 5 days ago. Attending with him, like, were a chap called Jason Fuentes. I don't know if you know of him. He's got Trump connections. Fuentes, Nick Fuentes, and a guy called. Let's see, I took his name down earlier on. He did a Milo, right? And there was very little information about Milo. They gave very little information about him away. But it turns out this Milo dude is called Milo Yiannopoulos, right? Who was originally a guy called Milo Hannaran. Now, he's got an English accent, right? Fairly well spoken. He sounds like the type that's fairly well educated. And I think there's also a Trump connection, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I'll just have to do a little bit more looking into it. But anyway, the interview was proceeding then on Timcast IRL. And they were trying to get into the issues, like, because basically the idea was Kanye is trying to put himself forward that he's going to be running for president, okay, of the USA. And but Timcast, they were trying to approach this idea of how the Jewish question, right, and the Jewish issues that Kanye was bringing up, like, and Timcast RL did not want to touch this topic, so he was trying to dance around the topic, like, and Kanye got really fucking pissed off about this. He says, and he sat back and he was saying, well, you don't want to talk about it, right? And you will never talk about it on this platform. And he got up and stormed off, right? Walked off steps. And the guy Milo also followed him. He said, "Well, I'm going to go check and see if he's all right." Stuff like that. Like, and Timcast IRL went on a bit of a rant. He says, "Right, well, Kanye wants to go freaking paint the Jews in such and such a matter, and we don't do that here on this channel, basically. And that's not our deal. We don't paint a whole race." And and that's kind of incorrect because they're not really a race. But anyway, it's more of a religion, like, than anything else.
Yeah.
So
it's a
anyway,
divisive issue, isn't it?
oh, extremely divisive, extremely divisive. Like, but Kanye was going nuts on the Timcast IRL program about how the what he called the Jewish bankers had taken 2 million off him, locked him out of his accounts and stuff like that. Very, very pissed off about it. So, but we didn't get any further on the Timcast IRL podcast, right? On that, like, because Kanye obviously fucked off. He said, "That's it." He walked off quietly. He didn't fucking. He wasn't like me, fucking and blinded. He went off quietly. Didn't say a word. Timcast IRL was looking around. "Oh, you're gone. You're gone. Okay." So that was it for a couple of days until last night, and Kanye shows up on fucking Alex Jones
Fucking
with
hell.
with Nick Fuentes in tow. Now, here's Kanye. He's all decked out in a gimp suit, a full face gimp suit, the whole fucking lot. You couldn't see his face, nothing, right? And he started talking about the Jewish issue on the Alex Jones show. Right? It's a fascinating watch, a very, very fascinating watch. If you get time, but it's a bit long. It's a bit long. I'd like, you might not be, but like, if you want to fucking see something just out of the ordinary, it's well worth a watch. So there's Kanye on the Alex Jones show in a gimp suit, going on about the Jews.
Fucking hell. I mean, that sounds like a recipe for, like,
Oh man, talk about nuking the internet, man. The internet just exploded, man. It's like just fucking went nuts. But anyway, that's only the fucking start of it, right? If you had just talked about the Jews and mentioned the Jewish bankers, you know what? You probably might have got away with that, maybe to a certain degree. Like, you could see Jones was fucking really uncomfortable about it all, like, and everything was kind of like going out. Jones was handling it kind of like all right, up to a certain point when Kanye turned around and he started talking about how much he loved Hitler. Just, he thought, like, you know what? He's misunderstood. Hitler. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love the Nazis. He was saying, right, basically, and and then he also carried on to say, like, but I love the Nazis, but I also love the Zionists, and that would be all right. I would accept that. Like, if he hadn't been fucking really fucking tearing them a new arsehole about 5 minutes earlier, like how they had been sort of like corrupting Hollywood and corrupting the children, and using pornography to affect the population of America, and how the bankers had been sort of like destroying, like, him and and anybody that they didn't get along with, like, and he did make a point of mentioning, like, it wasn't just any bankers, the Jewish bankers again, right? So after he sort of like had his little rant about, like, what the Zionists were doing, like, and he went on then to say how much he loved Hitler, and he thought that, like, he was misunderstood, and that, but he also loved the Zionists as well. And, like, I have to say, like, I'm trying to read, like, his state of mind from the whole interview was a bit tricky, because on the one hand, like, he was sounding kind of coherent at one point, and then a couple of minutes later, he was just sounding like he was drugged out and just not quite him fucking self, you know. And but obviously, like when you watch the two interviews with Tim Cast IRL and you're looking at the Alex Jones interview as well, you kind of you, you kind of notice that there's some sort of odd relationship between him and Nick Fuentes, who is sort of like he's a podcaster, but he's also linked to the far right. Okay, um, to be honest, I don't know what the fuck he is. Like, he looks dodgy. He's 24 years old. He looks quite young. Don't know a whole lot about him, but I've heard a lot about him. But I still don't know that much about him really. But this Fuentes guy seems to be filling in the blanks for Kanye. Kanye, when he's talking about something, he has this tendency to sort of like Nick Fuentes do the talking for him, especially when it comes to talking about Zionist issues and about political issues. It's kind of like Fuentes seems to be acting as his mouthpiece. Uh, Fuentes definitely is not his controller. He's not old enough. He's not mature enough. I don't think he
So,
has.
do you think that there's? I mean, what do you think's behind this then? Because Kanye just didn't fucking chuck six fucking whatever $1 billion away just so that he could say his piece. I don't think anyway. What do you think's behind it?
Um, well, the curious thing about this all is that like in between the Timcast IRL and the Austin interview with Jones, they kind of made a stop off call to visit their good friend Donald Trump in Mar-a-Lago for dinner. Right. It's like,
Okay.
this is where it all gets a bit fucking murky, right? So, and Kanye didn't tell the story about the dinner in Mar-a-Lago. Fuentes told the story about what happened at the dinner in Mar-a-Lago. So apparently they just thought they'd go down and see if they could get in to have dinner with Trump, right? And I was just thinking, hold on a minute now. You're not just going to pop into Mar-a-Lago to see if you can have dinner with Trump, right? It's like, that's not going to fucking happen. There's no way that's going to happen. But anyway, the story goes that they ended up in the foyer or in the waiting area in Mar-a-Lago and waiting to see if they could get in to have dinner with Trump. And apparently Trump came out, spotted Kanye and says, Kanye, come on, why not come in and have some dinner with us? And why not bring your friends, Fuentes, and bring Milo with you as well? Like, yeah, come on in, like, and we'll have dinner and all this. And then Fuentes went on to tell the story about how this woman who had worked on the Trump campaign, and she was in Florida. She was going for a senator seat in Florida, and she was giving Kanye and Fuentes advice on Trump body language and stuff like this. So, and how to read him and how to deal with him. And apparently, like Kanye got the message from her as to how to deal with Trump, and Kanye was supposed to send that message over to Nick Fuentes. But the story goes that Kanye sent it to the wrong Nick. He apparently sent it to another Nick who was the lawyer of Trump, who then, in the middle of the Kanye Nick Fuentes meet, apparently, like the lawyer for Trump sort of like said, "Look, this is a setup. There's something fucking weird going on here. You're being set up here." And apparently, Trump went a bit fucking nuts. This is according to Nick Fuentes, right? So, and apparently, like a big conversation ensued, and like apparently allegedly Trump was saying to Nick Fuentes to have a word with Kanye, tell him he can't win against me, it's not possible, he hasn't got a hope, try to convince him, like. And do you know what, it just sounds so fucking unbelievable, man. And there's a lot of rumor now at the moment that like this is all a big setup, like to set Trump up, like. Okay, so I don't know, I haven't got a fucking clue. It seems like a setup to me, and I don't care if to set Trump up or fucking not, because do you know what? Trump is losing a lot of fucking ground with his base anyway. But it was kind of curious that like Mitch McConnell came out today, I think it was today, and he made a big statement and a big hoo-ha about like anybody who was going to be running for the Republican on a Republican ticket. Uh, anyone who sits down with far right extremists and Nazis has no place in the Republican Party. So it does seem like there's some sort of a play here going on. Very, very hard to know. Very, very hard to know what's going on. But that's the story as best I can relay it to you from memory, like, you know, without any notes, like. But it was very, very funny in the middle of the Jones. It was very, very funny in the middle of the Jones
I'm going to
interview.
have to listen. Tony sent me those links, so I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have a look at both of those incidents. But the thing is I've not fucking really touched too much notice of Ye, because I don't find him fucking relevant. I mean, all right, it might be relevant in the whole stratosphere and social media and all that bollocks. He's not relevant to me, so
No,
I don't know. He's fucking. I will definitely have a look though.
Well, I think news-wise he's kind of worthy because he got himself banned off Twitter. Musk kicked him off Twitter this morning, and I'll show you why. I'll actually show you why. And if I just if I do a little bit of jiggery pokery here with the there we go. There we go. There. Can you see that image there?
Yes.
Now, Kanye posted that this morning. What does it look like to you?
It looks like a swastika and a Jewish star.
Exactly.
The Star of David. Sorry. Sorry. I don't want to.
The Star of David.
The Star of David.
Star of David, yeah, absolutely, with a swastika inside it. And Musk took great offense and booted him off, right? But there may well be some deeper narrative going on here that has yet to come to the surface, and I don't want to go there on this little channel because, like, you know, we're already in enough trouble as it is. So I just want to be careful. I probably even shouldn't be fucking showing that image, like, but but we might get away with that one, right? But Kanye posted that this morning and got himself booted off the Twitters again. So as to what the big picture is here, I don't know who's playing Kanye. The kid, he's obviously fucked up. What was interesting though in the Jones interview, right? This was fascinating. At about the 1 hour mark in, Jones cuts to his usual sell some snake oil fucking, you know, the way, you know, he's got his medications or his fucking get your oil that'll keep you, give you a twang of, keep you up all night, mate.
The Alex Jones stuff where he says, oh, you know, fucking, you drink this and instead of eating, and then you'll lose all your weight and you won't fucking suffer any side effects. Jones has been peddling that snake oil for you know, time immemorial, since he had his hair transplant, I think.
It's made him what he is today in a way, because he must make a fortune out of it. Like, you know, I'm sure he makes a fortune out of it.
Well, Sandy Hook survivors now make a fucking fortune out of it, and good luck to them.
You'd wonder about that. Will they be able to get their hands on it? Like, I've heard that he's declared bankruptcy.
They won't get a bean. They won't get a bean. It's just, that's as simple as that. The only way they're ever going to get any money is by selling the story to newspapers, and that's probably what they'll do. And good luck to them. You know, if that's happened to them, and you know, then they deserve to. They deserve to have the day in court. But you know, his credibility. I don't know. Look, Alex Jones has never had much credibility with me, but it's sort of been like a feature, hasn't it? It's sort of been like dysentery in 1800s. You knew it was there, it were about, and if you were fucking unfortunate enough, you fucking, you know, get a bit. So, you know, it's just, to me, is a bit of an irrelevance, and the way that he fucking conducted himself. And look, I don't conduct myself very well on here, but the way that he conducted himself was just fucking, you know, it was just, oh my God, you guys, the new world order are gonna get fucked in the ass when I get my big fucking dick out, and I'm gonna bring some of my brothers because I just bought the Texas prison, and I'm gonna get all the inmates to come out and fuck you, the new world order. Shit. Yeah, just that shit, weren't it? It was just fucking nonsense.
But
Give me something real.
there was a very interesting bit in the middle of the Jones interview, though, where it was about the 1 hour mark in, and after this, now I'll be finished with this story. Like, but this is worth noting. After he done his snake oil sales pitch, it cut to a short video from what sounded like a girl with pinkish hair from Canada, right? And she was talking about the connections between the Balenciago affair that has just blown up basically on the interzones there over the last 2 weeks. And I think, was it Nicole Kidman has been sort of connected to it, like, and at the very end of her presentation, she leaves, and who else was involved very intimately with the Balenciaga saga? And she cuts to Kanye West, and this is right in the middle of the Kanye West interview on the Jones show. S- So I thought that was very interesting because there is this connection with Kanye West and Balenciaga. Are you aware of
Listen,
this?
I've got to stop you there, Jimmy. If you keep calling him Kanye West, we're going to get sued because he's officially yay or yay or
Oh,
whatever he
okay,
is.
okay,
Yeah.
no,
I don't want to be end up like Alex Jones. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, fair enough, man. I
I'm
didn't know
just.
that he
It's a
was.
joke.
I didn't know he was officially yay. I didn't really know that, man. I just thought that
Yay!
was.
I've got a new name. Yay! And someone go, yeah. Well, what is it then? I know you're happy about it, but what's your fucking new name, you silly cunt? My name's
Yeah.
Yay. Fucking Jesus.
Well, anyway, he's intimately linked with this Balenciaga story as well too, and that company. So apparently he's got had, maybe, I don't know if he still has now. They've probably dumped him at this stage, but apparently he had a fairly hefty shareholding in that. So, you know, Kanye West has no business coming on saying prayers on the Alex Jones show and calling out the name of Jesus and calling people all sort of negative shit, like for watching porn on the internet. Like, when he is intimately connected with a company like that, that it's going to be doing that to children in photographs in the public and not even fucking hiding it, man. What the fuck's going on there? It's like crazy.
Mm. I mean, it's got no fucking right anyway. It's just that people do listen to shit like that, don't they? They do
Mm.
fucking listen. They listen to fucking old shit, old fucking dog shit. Why do you think so many people, fall for everything? And when there's dancers and things like that about that can, that's all it takes. And facts don't fucking make a difference. People are always going to take the easy option. Always. Sorry, I'm trying to find F2L for this fucking thing because this is. I'm trying to do it. I've got cross, and I'm trying to do it the way that you do a Rubik's cube. It's just fucking difficult. So I'm trying
Yeah.
to find. With no colours, it's fucking right hard. So I'm just trying to find F2L on this one. I've got one, and I know where it's going, but I can't find the F2L for it. So anyway, go on, mate. Kanye.
That's my brief synopsis of the whole saga to date, right? And there's nothing more I can add to it or take away from it. That's as best as I can fucking remember all the bits and pieces of the moving parts and stuff like that. And I'm left with as many questions as probably yourself as to, like, what's the end game? Is this to discredit Trump? Is this to promote DeSantis? Is this to highlight though that those people that shall not be named? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but this has not just happened. I have to say, like, there's something wrong with Kanye. He's obviously mind controlled, mind fucked. I don't know. Like a lot of these stars, man, they're controlled by their fucking handlers, all of them. They don't get into these positions of fame and fortune and wealth, like, just on their merit. And like none of these people, like Kanye, I don't even know any of his songs. Like, but I bet you one thing: if I was to listen to some of his songs, I would not be impressed. I got that feeling, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I don't. Well, I used to be a fucking DJ, and I couldn't tell you one of his songs.
Yeah,
Probably because they just, I would have known him at the time when I was DJing and stuff like that. But they've not really ingrained themselves on me. So fucking crazy, man. It's
yeah.
just crazy what's going on. I mean, all these you get them over years, don't you? Do you remember? You get these people, these iconic people, and they become suddenly they turn sort of. I don't know whether the word's psychotic, but it's neurotic. Yeah. I don't know if you remember the guy. I said fucking guy. I'm going to smash my center. I'm going to end this. If I say it again, I'm ending this broadcast, right? And it's going to be my fault. Okay, so I'm not going to say it. But the bloke that organised the Coney 2012, can you remember that all them years ago?
Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, they were a huge campaign, and it was called Coney 2012, and it were about girls being exploited in Africa by this guy called. See you later. I am going. No, I'm not. I'll go next time.
You have to forgive yourself, James.
Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? I shouldn't be so hard on myself. But there was this.
Yeah.
So this bloke, Coney, was this notorious bloke that were trafficking kids, children, school children, and they were a big, huge campaign that this Coney bloke had been killed about 6 years before. So it would all a load of. I can't remember what it were, but it turned out to all be a load of bollocks. And then the bloke that had done the who organised all the old protest and stuff, he then suddenly appears on the street dancing, stark bollock naked, high as a fucking kite, and gets arrested and nearly fucking shot. And it were a fucking huge thing at the time. And then these things disappear. You see, these sort of things, they used to be like every now and again that something weird had happened. But now it's all time. So you forget about things like that. The Coney 2012 fella, right? He went fucking nuts because it had all gone tits up. And so obviously we're being handled, and he were being, because it weren't him that decided to do it. He's obviously being handled. It's some other organisation that wants him to do that. But then it all falls to bits. And then he's running about fucking California with no clothes on, fucking skipping about, and ends up getting arrested.
It sounds like drug abuse to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he were on drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
He were on drugs. He were high as a kite. But, that's not the act. I mean, fucking hell, I've been high as a kite. I've not been on the street jumping about fucking naked. That's some serious shit that he knows that he's been involved in. And then it gets him away from it, because then he goes to have some mental health treatment, and then just disappears into ether. It's simple trick, but they've been pulling it for fucking years. People that are behind it aren't the ones that. Kanye West is not behind it. Kanye West's mind has just got a little bit too powerful for what they anticipated. So he's had to be took down a peg or two, and he's probably helped them do that.
I think there's more going on with Kanye, because he's been through the fucking shit in the last couple of years with Kim Kardashian and kids at the center of it, like and shit going around, and he's not allowed to see his kids, and there's probably good reason why not, like, but I'm not saying she's an angel either. We don't know all the aspects to that.
Let's face it, we can't speculate, can we? Because we don't know.
No, it wouldn't be fair.
All we know is that there has been allegations on all sides, and some that have involved children. We can. That's all we can say, really. I don't want to speculate on
I
who's
can't even
done anything wrong.
I can't even
Or
say about it. I can't even because I don't know any of the allegations if there are any. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that there's problems between in the family, like, and I, I know from experience, like, family troubles can really send you off the fucking edge, like, they really can. And I can speak from personal experience on this fucking shit. And I'm not going to get into it, like, but I'll tell you one thing, like, family issues is one thing that will send you over the edge, like, and quite quickly too. So we don't know what state of mind. I have to say, after watching him on the Alex Jones show, he was going from state of lucidity and sort of like making sense to absolute crazy bullshit, like within the space of about 2 or 3 minutes. Like, so it was very, very strange, man. Very, very strange.
fucking hell, strange as fuck. I've lost my
Yeah.
fucking cross now. I had my cross all fucking put in, and it's gone. Oh, hang on, is that it? Yeah, that's it. I've got it. Sorry. Yeah. Look, these people. I don't. You know how people will say they know what they're doing when they go into it. If someone tells you to sell your soul, if you're an 18 or 19-year-old kid, and you're told, sell your soul for, and we'll make you fucking famous and what have you, but you and as in sell your soul, I mean you're doing our bidding. Who's not going to do it? An 18 or 19-year-old kid, especially someone's from a background where they've not had the privileges that other people have had. So
Yeah.
you can't blame. They're just as much victims, and at some point they're bound to fucking have some sort of meltdown. Look at fucking Britney Spears, where took her hair off.
Perfect example. Yeah,
There you
perfect
go.
example. And she had a reason to break down, though, like, considering what's happened to her, though. I have to say, I'd never liked her well, I think she's done a couple of good tunes, maybe. Was never that keen on her, like, but when you learn the whole story and about how she was, like, basically imprisoned by her father and stuff, you think, oh, good God, man, these poor people, man. Do you know what? They need help more than anything else. It's not fucking money they need, it's help, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but like we've had Mark Devlin on this show, and we know that music industries are just fucking hell. I mean, there's not a single way that I got as close as I'd like to have, and that would have just been a DJ and playing it. I wouldn't have wanted to get any closer to it, and I don't see any value in it. I think there are people that make their way through it and come out of the other side and are then not beholden to them forces. But I think they're few and far between. There's for every Ozzy Osbourne who's, let's face it, it's been through everything, hasn't he? Been through a lot. He's been through a lot of health. He's still there, though, isn't it? He's still about,
Yeah.
and he's still here. But look at Amy Winehouse.
Poor Amy, yeah.
Similar sort of thing, and not here anymore. So I'm sure there are people
Your
that
man
go
from
through.
Your man from In Excess.
Mick Hutchins.
And his wife, the Paula, what was her name?
Paulie Yates.
Paula Yates, yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, there's nothing easy about their fucking lives, man. Most of them don't make it. Most of them don't.
You're right. You're right. They don't make it unless they're on our fucking death list, in which case they're just going to live forever.
Yeah.
So if they've been nominated in our death suite, then that's it. You've got a career forever, not just for life, but for eternity. But yeah, there are loads. I know Bebo Rebozo says Ozzy's a cunt. Yeah, I know it may be. I don't know Ozzy Osbourne. The point I was making is that he went through all that stuff and he's fucking abused his body and he's got through and he's on through other side and he's now still alive. Whereas other people do it and they don't get away with it, like Amy Winehouse or just fucking countless ones, isn't there? George Michael, you could say to a certain extent, because he'd put a lot of weight on, and
Elvis Presley,
yeah, just so many of them, and It's just it's tragic. Half the time it's tragic. Well, a lot of every time it's fucking tragic, but not when it's some fucking right old like Bruce Forsyth. See that I didn't. Obviously, I felt fucking bad for his wig maker and that. So he's never going to be able to have like a fucking. He's never going to make as much money as he were before. But apart from that, his passing pretty much went away over my head. It's the shocking ones, isn't it, that always get you.
But obviously, there's an underlying thing because, like, obviously, like these people, they don't want for very much, because obviously, like, they have more than enough funds to fund any desire that they could ever want. Like, so what is it that drives them to actual just accidental death? As it seems like accidental death to me. Like usually overdose is like the underlying factors. Like what is it like for people who have it all going for them and they still, it's not enough. It's like they have to sort of like push the limits until they make a mistake and just end up fucking killing themselves? Or is there something deeper going on? Are they being involved in shit that they can't psychologically cope with? It's like there's obviously some mitigating factor going on here. There's a common denominator here that we can probably guess like what it might be like, but we'll never be able to say definitively, yeah, okay, yeah, they're into child sacrifice or eating babies or whatever, like the usual conspiracy theories, like
I know what you mean. No, fucking hell. Let's have a look on here. John Smith put Nick Drake and Sandy Denny. Now, the funny thing about that is my favourite song in the world ever, apart from S Club 7, is a song by Nick Drake, and unfortunately it were recorded at BBC. But it were Way to Blue by Green Gartside, Lisa Hannigan, and fucking other one. But there were three of them, and Way to Blue, and that one fucking that's my absolute favourite record. I'll sit and listen to that all fucking day. So Nick Drake, really good stuff. Mascara Snake said I had Sebastian Coe in a tragic hotel room wanking accident. There you go. That's.
I was just last night. I had this sort of when I was watching Fuentes and and Kanye. I had this vision of Uni masturbating while watching Alex Jones' show. It was just like weird. Uni would love
don't
this
talk about
shit.
that. Oh, Uni masturbating. Oh, what a mess! What a mess it'd be, wouldn't it? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it would have been down that what was going on last time. AJ's show would have been right down his street, man. He would have loved it. He'd probably seen it. I don't know. It would have been right down his street, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh man, Joe, you should have heard of it. Wait to hear it, man. You have to hear it. The first hour will probably suffice. Don't pen yourself with the other 2 hours. The first hour you'll get the whole thing.
Oh, am I getting there? Oh, fuck. Fucking Kim. Sorry, I'm still trying to do this fucking thing. I'm determined. We've got about fucking 12 minutes left, and once I've done this, I'm going to fucking stop. So.
Well, we're only going an hour and a half tonight anyway, so Jay. So,
yeah, that's what I mean. But if I
fucking
finish this, I'm going to stop. It's fucking wiping me out. I'm having a joint, and it's not got any other fucking colours, and I'm trying to make it back into a cube. So
I see a lot of people have been really enjoying that Kick the Bucket Suddenly film. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah.
I've also noticed a lot of criticism of it, which is
surprised
me.
Very, very interesting, isn't it?
It is. I don't know what to make of it. I watched it purely not fucking entertainment value. Sounds fucking ridiculous, but I watched it purely um, just out of curiosity, really. I didn't really have too many expectations. So, but yeah, I don't think it lived up to them, the
I didn't.
expectations. But what
I
do I
don't.
know?
I don't know why they focused on just the embalmers. I mean, surely there was a hell of a lot more angles they could have gone into than just looking at the embalmers, because which seems to be the key issue here at question, like about the credibility of the source of these so-called strange formations that they're finding in people's blood veins.
Mm,
Do you know who did? I, I didn't know where the information was coming from. And I was listening to Mike Adams there about just before the show, about 2 hours before the show, and I picked up on the guy who actually sort of like sussed it out. It was a dude called Ball Buster. Ball Buster figured it out. It's actually the name of the site is actually Baal Buster, like as in reference to the Baal, like as in the devil god Baal. But it sounds like Ball Buster, so we'll just call him Ball Buster, right? So, and the story goes that like one of the clips in the film itself, like had got, just in case anybody doesn't know, one of the clips in the film apparently was taken from an actual open heart surgery which was performed in 2019, uh, and in the month of August. Now you can confirm this with Mike Adams. Like if you go listen to his show, I think he put out a podcast there earlier on today talking about the very specifics of it. So it dates back to 2019, which is well before a 100% safe and effective treatment was available for the you know what. So it's not. So the fact that like Stu Peters and his show would put that clip into the film without fact checking it first and checking to make sure that the data was, that you had a clear chain of custody of the data, and they could say this is definitely post coof, right, and post the safe and effective treatment, right, but it was actually from 2019. So they got caught out really bad. I have to say, I don't like Stu Peters. I think he sounds too much like bloody Alex Jones most of the time. He's a little bit sensationalist in kind of like everything he says is sensationalist. It's like it just drives me nuts, man. I like if we're going to be listening to report, just give it balanced and forget the fucking sensationalism. Just give the data a look, just without any emotion. No emotion. You don't need that bullshit. Like, just give it straight and don't get fucking carried away with all these bloody emotions. They're just going to. But you know what it's all about. For them, it's all about sort of like driving the audience and keeping the engagement. Like, but I thought it was very, very bad form. And I have no reason to doubt the information that clip they inserted into that film was dodgy. So that's naturally going to call into question the whole bloody film. I thought it was kind of professionally done. It looked well, but I didn't like it. I just thought, why would you be focused on just these unusual plot formations in the veins? Like, what's the point in just? Because I mean, there's so many issues around what's going on, like with the with kicking the bucket suddenly, right? There's an awful lot of other issues around it too, not just these bloody strange formations, which we still don't know, can't verify. There's no chain of custody on any of it just yet, except for a bit of hearsay from the likes of your John O'Looney's and a few others. I can't remember their names. Like,
Well, you see, that's makes me suspicious anyway. Fucking John O'Looney.
yeah, yeah.
Doesn't that make you suspicious?
From
Just you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. From the very start, Jay. From the very start, mate.
But I'm not saying anything that he's saying is wrong. I'm not saying it because I've got no evidence of that. I'm just saying
absolutely.
it just seems to me that it's very, very convenient that it's called John O'Looney, and there will be at some point they'll discredit him. He'll be discredited in some way, whether it's fucking cheating on his taxes or fucking I don't know, fucking shagging dead bodies. Nobody's got access to them. Whatever, it'll be done for summer at some point.
Yeah, yeah,
So that and then of course the crime itself fits the name. Of course, you were going to do that. His name's John O'Looney. He's a fucking, you know what I mean? It's
yeah, yeah. Honest to God,
look.
yeah.
I'm not suggesting that he's fucking. I'm not suggesting at all that he's
No.
lying.
No, me neither. It could be true. All of this could be true. We just, we have no real data, only hearsay, right? That's all we have. And some videos that purportedly show, and then already one of them now was dated back to 2019. It's just, come on, we know where this is going.
Well, let's just face it. He might as well have fucking. His name might as well be fucking James Tinfoil Hat. Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Really, and this is not a fucking. I'm not criticizing him. I'm not criticizing him himself. I don't know him, but it just all seems too fucking too convenient for me. Far too convenient.
Yeah. But incidentally, look, and I haven't spoken about this on this channel before, but there's a friend of mine. I think I can mention her name because it's in the public sphere now. Deirdre Green. I met her back about a year and a half ago, and I went to a protest. I was asked if I wanted to go to a protest, and I wasn't keen on protesting, but I just thought I'd go and just have a look and see who was there. And I met up with Deirdre and John and old friends, and I didn't know at the time that. Well, actually, I did, but I hadn't met her. I heard it indirectly that her mother had died as a result of some safe and effective sort of treatment that might have been floating around there for a while. And there was an inquest there, was completed there during the week, just this week now, and it turns out that the coroner has concluded that the most likely cause of the lady's death in question was probably the totally 100% safe and effective treatment. So, but this lady, this old lady now, she was 84 or 86 anyway, but still though, we have.
Listen, dude, I know this is important to you, right? But I just don't think we should really be going here. I know this is important to you. I know she's a friend, but it's just, I can tell that you're upset about it, and I understand that you're upset about it.
I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it, Jay. I'm just saying what was out in the news this week, in the Irish Times. So it's actually public knowledge now. So
right, okay. But
I'm not upset about it because I don't.
Whether it's public knowledge or not, it don't mean to say they won't fucking boot us off. You know what I mean? That because whatever you got done, your strike for was something that we published somewhere else. I didn't even involve fucking YouTube even. So I just don't want to. I just don't want to lose it. Anyway, we talk. Come on, talk to me. I've got to finish this fucking cube, otherwise I can't go to
bed. Oh God. Yeah. Did you? Well, look. While we're on this topic, right, and we'll just change the we'll change the angle on it. Did you see where Dr. Malone is now suing Dr. Bregan for defamation?
No.
This is ongoing now at the moment, so it kind of ties into where the whole truther movement are kind of eating each other for breakfast at the moment. So this Dr. Malone, who was the maker of the original sort of maker of this mRNA technology, he's suing Peter Bregan for 25 million and his wife for defamation over this. It's bullshit, man. It's just pure bullshit. It's it's got to do with this Dr. Matthias and his what's this? His theory is the mass formation, right? The mass formation theory, right? So this this Dr. Malone is going nuts about it, right? And so he's suing the Bregans for 25 million and Dr. Jane Ruby as well. So they've got a load of problems for being outspoken against him. And I'm not sure if they were. I know Dr. Jane Ruby was outspoken against Malone quite a bit, and Bregan not so much. Like he was more outspoken against yeah, Matthias Desmet, like, and about what happened to him, like when he was a doctor in a particular hospital years ago, and he claims was responsible for allowing a mass murderer to remain working in a hospital despite knowing that he'd killed up to 25, 30 people already. So anyway, well, that's just an interesting story that's on my radar. Just I'm not following it like closely, but still, it's just it's kind of interesting. I'm just watching this whole truth movement tear each other apart, and
That's what they're always going to do, mate. They're always
yeah,
going to do that.
yeah,
They
yeah.
are.
Yeah, there's going to be no positive outcome for anybody out of all this. Everybody's going to walk. Like, I mean, you had Fauci there, he was like giving his deposition under oath there during the week, and I can't blame Fauci for his responses. Like for most of the questions that he was asked, like his response was, "I don't recall," and I can respect a response like that because I'd say exactly the same fucking thing. I don't recall. Did you know about the gain of function research that was going on I don't recall. It's nuts, man. So anyway, that's my coof news for this week. Anyway,
We've got sex bots.
have we?
You know,
Brilliant, brilliant.
listen to me. I'm fucking closing in on this cube. I've only ever done it once, and I've only ever done it once by fucking intuitively. That's the word. You know, when you do it when you're not using algorithms, it's called intuitive.
Right? Yeah. Well, while we're killing a bit of time while you're trying to figure that out, like I couldn't help but notice there during the week that you kind of picked up on my Antarctica post that says, "What was this?" She said, "So, beyond the ice wall." The title of the video was "Beyond the Ice Wall," and I had to laugh. Like you said, "You've finally seen the light."
Well, yeah, I mean, come on, listen. Do you know what? The more and more, and this is what this is all about. The more and more I'm learning, the more and more I'm moving away from the flat thing. And I mean that. I mean that. I'm still not. Well, I don't know anyway. I never ever claimed to know. But the more that I'm learning, and the more that I'm looking into things, and the more that I'm actually making, well, not doing experiments, but like seeing for myself what's going on, the more I'm not. But I just don't think. I don't think space is fucking possible. I just don't. But the shape thing, then maybe. But I don't know. Look, I just don't know. I'm just explain why. All right. Well, I can't really. I just can't. I can't. I'm just the more and more things I'm seeing. It's not like I'm going fucking shifting. God, I'm going to piss somebody off no matter what, aren't I? Anyway.
Can't
So,
help it, yeah.
so I just feel now that because everything we've been fucking told is bullshit. It's like me saying, right, how does fucking water stick to a spinning surface? And I know that, but I've only been taught one thing, and I've been taught that one thing, and then this is exactly the opposite. So it's like they confuse you, but there might be a way, but they just don't know. they just say that, you know, but I don't know. This is what I'm just trying to fucking. I'm trying. First of all, I've been seeing a flat Earth map, and for me, a flat Earth map is exactly as if you took the whole thing and you just stretched it out. So if you got a ball that were made out of rubber or paper or whatever, and that's the Earth, and you stretched it out, that's what it'd look like. It would look like Australia was elongated because there's no curvature on there. So it would look that. And even though the measurements, they are big, I'm just saying that a flat Earth map isn't necessarily a flat Earth map. It's just if all the if the whole thing's been flattened out and made into a, you know, into a map. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. See,
Yeah,
I'm always for changing my mind. You know.
I thought the title that they put on that YouTube video about Beyond the Ice Wall was very misleading because, but what was more interesting was the contents and the photographs, you know, because clearly, like, if those photographs were real, and because, and it's not news to me because I've always known that there was an ancient civilization on Antarctica. I mean, we have maps from the 1400s which clearly show what Antarctica would look like, and we've only proved in recent years that that's what Antarctica does look like, and it matches up kind of like more or less to the old ancient maps, right? So, how the fuck did these ancient people, who were sort of like probably Neanderthals, if we're to believe the fucking mainstream story, how did they manage to see through the ice to know what Antarctica looked like? You know, obviously Antarctica was in a different place, you know, and more than likely Antarctica was probably where South America is now, probably about 30 degrees further north on the globy type flat Earth thing. I kind of I've been getting into Jason from Archaics, like, and he summed it up perfectly because I tend to agree with him, and he's convinced of the simulation theory, right? And I'm not saying I subscribe to the simulation theory, but like, it has merit. It's just as valid as the flat Earth and the globe Earth, I think. His theory is, right, the way the simulation works is it's going to feed you whatever answers that you are looking for. So, and he's dead right, because if you listen to any of the flat earthers, and they will explain perfectly with mathematics and sort of like pseudo experiments exactly, and prove that the earth is flat. And then if you go listen to globe earthers, and they will explain with mathematics and with sort of like pseudo experiments that it's a globe, right? You know. And then I've got Jason here from Archaics, and he's explaining why it's a fucking hologram. It's like, so the point he's making is all the theories are valid, they're all correct, and they're all wrong at the same time. It's like, and I kind of like, yeah, that makes more fucking sense, man. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's this whole idea of being able to hold two opposing ideas, or even three opposing ideas in the head at the one time, and be able to sort of like still be able to think rationally about the whole fucking lot of them. You know, that's the only option we have, because we have no. I don't have a spaceship to go up and fucking check out the curvature of the Earth, and I certainly have no instruments to sort of prove that it's fucking flat. And I definitely don't have any instruments to prove that the fucking thing is holographic either. So I'll just have to believe them all until further fucking notice.
Okay, now, man. Oh, here we go. Sorry. I'm trying to fucking solve this cube. I'm determined to solve it before we fucking go. Fuck.
So has there been anything else on your radar over the last week or so which is not too sad or depressing, or anything, any heart? Like, how is Adi doing? Tell us.
He's all right. He's got his driving license back. I had a phone call with him the other day, and he's doing all right. he's getting out and about, which is the fucking well, the fucking that's the shit, isn't it? That's what we need for him. Getting his ass outside. So yeah, he's out and about, and he's resumed his life. His life is resumed again. So fucking good luck to him, you know.
He'll be running up to you now every week, looking to do the shopping for you. Now, I assume.
Listen, I want him to. I want him to fucking enjoy himself. That's what I want him to do. I want him to come round and see me whenever he wants, and and then come and see me whenever he wants. But I want him to live his life and become independent again. Because he had ambitions just before his stroke. He had ambitions. He was waiting until 2022 to get his pensions to be able to then afford to retire and go and live in Thailand.
Oh.
And so he got to that point, and then of course it were all fucking took away from him. So it fucking pissed us all off. So he's going to get his life back. He can now retire. He can go and live in Thailand if he wants to. That was the original plan. So maybe he'll do that, maybe he won't. But he's got options now, hasn't he? So
yeah, but he wouldn't need a driver's license to go to Thailand.
No, but it gives him back his independence. First, he can't just go from being dependent on somebody to take him shopping and do all that sort of stuff, and to appointments and things that he's had, and then just resume his independence as it were before. It's going to take him a bit of time to adjust. So,
God, yeah, like any sort of a serious illness takes a long time. I remember when I nearly died a long time ago. When I was about 16, I think it was, and I think like when I recovered, I hadn't recovered, because it took me about 7 or 8, 9 years really to kind of like recover from something serious, when you're talking like something that will destroy your life, and like a stroke or say pneumonia, for example, which what got me like back when I was that young. Like it takes a long time to recover. It's like it's not something you can just get up and just bounce back from.
yeah, just take time. He'll be there. He'll get there.
You want to watch out for all those lady boys out there. I hear they're rampant.
What do you think he goes for? Lady boys. Yeah, lady boys. That's what he's out there for.
So, what did you think of some of those photographs from Antarctica? Weren't some of those photographs really weird and strange? Like,
I just fucking don't fucking ever believe them. I just don't ever believe them, man. They could be from fucking Antarctica. They could be from fucking. You see, I think that's joke.
Do you think so? Yeah.
I do. I think that's the joke that they fucking pull on us. Yeah, I don't know. I looked at some fucking ones from Mars, and they're a lot better than fucking CCTV in our co-op. You know what I mean? Because Mars is quite close, isn't it?
You've probably followed Richard Hoagland's work, have you, over the years?
No.
Richard was like studying a lot of imagery on Mars, like in particular the face on Mars, and then he was looking at zoomed in photographs of what appeared to be cities on Mars, and then there was other photographs where he'd be showing pipes on Mars and big giant pipes. Come on, give me it was all very, very, it was intriguing back at the time, because you'd be looking at them and say, yeah, they do look like pipes. Yeah, they do look like ruins of old towns. And yeah, that definitely looks like a face, Oh yeah, there's definitely a pyramid. That's definitely a pyramid. But in retrospect, there's probably no such thing as space, and Mars is probably just a hologram, you know. So I just can't believe it anymore. Hey, you're up out of that. We'll give you a clap
Fucking
for that.
bastard
Give
thing.
you a clap for that.
That's got to be the most fucking complicated shit I've done for fucking.
That's a great way to end the show.
It is a great way to end the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's say hello to people in. We've been ignoring people in chats, so
We have,
get everybody in.
yeah.
I'll put the.
I've
Put the
been
invite
sitting
in.
back talking shite, man. I've been talking shite, man.
Oh no, you've been doing really well. Honestly, you've been doing really well. Listen, Tuesday night it's going to be myself and Robert here on Raconteurs News. We've got guest Clive de Carl. We're doing the Health Freedom Show, and so Robert's going to be leading that. We're going to be looking forward to that. So should be cool. Hello to everyone in chat room. I'm going to pop the chat thing in. I don't know who wants to come on or but you know you can for a bit. You can have a really, really long chat with Jimmy, you know, for like about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. That'd make you good. Yeah. Anyway, so thanks everybody. Cheers, Jimmy.
Yeah, you're welcome, Jay. And I want to say thanks to Paula as well too. I got your emails. Didn't get a chance to look at them yet because it was just before the show, so I'll check them out afterwards. And she's actually been spamming my email account, so I can't wait.
Oh no, man, he hates that.
So good night, everyone. I appreciate it. Cheers for tuning in, and good to see you again, Jay.
Let me put invite in.
Yeah, you best do that, and
I'll put invite in. There you go. I'll be going downstairs though because you know I will be on, but I'll be going downstairs because my wife's asleep. There you go. Anyway, thanks everybody. See you on Tuesday. Enjoy your weekend, and may all your Christmases be white.